Well, welcome to the Real Sports Rundown. I just got 4 words to say. Son of a...
Welcome to the show where there's so much to be gained. Get ready to be educated and entertained. When it comes to sports, there's no fooling around. This is the Real Sports Rundown.
Alright, welcome back to the show. I am your host, Ryan Gentile. This is the Real Sports Rundown. I'm a little peeved about last week, but we'll get more onto that here later. Made some baseball picks last week with my buddy Sitzman. I had to edit it out, though, man. Just couldn't fit it all in time. Let's just run it down quickly. We both picked the Red Sox to win the World Series. He hasn't beaten the Rockies. I haven't beaten the Dodgers. Right now, it looks like we both might be wrong, as the Angels are up 2-0 right now on the Red Sox, man. They are playing out of their minds right now, winning 2 games against them in the playoffs. For the first time this decade, man, they've won 1 game in 9 opportunities. So right now they've won 2 in this series alone, so it looks like they're going to take them down. They did the classiest thing ever, man. When they clinched the division, they showed respect to Nick Adenhart, man, their fallen pitcher who died in a drunk driving accident back in the beginning of the season, man. It was very touching, very warming. Maybe that's what's motivating them, man. Maybe Nick Adenhart's helping them will their way to beating the Red Sox and maybe even getting to the World Series. As much as I think the Red Sox will win, I would love to see the Angels go and win as well. I love the Angels. I love their organization. I love everything about them. So hopefully they get that done. And right now, if they win, it looks like they'll be taking on the Yankees, man. They beat the Twins in a walk-off fashion the other night in Game 2. Mark Teixeira hit the walk-off homer to seal that deal, and now the Yankees are up 2-0. The Twins played a hell of a game, though, against the Tigers in that one-game playoff. If you missed that game, that's what playoff baseball is all about, man. Back and forth, coming down to who's going to win at the end, who's going to execute the best. The Twins did. They beat the Tigers. My pick out of the National League, the Dodgers right now are up 2-0 over the Cardinals. In Game 2, man, Matt Holliday muffed the fly ball that would have won in that game, man. He sees it. It's in the lights, but then he tried to basket catch it. He lost it in the lights, he says. Hit him in the stomach, or right below the waistline, almost in the junk. And, I mean, everybody's saying, oh, it cost him the World Series. It cost him the series beating the Dodgers. Don't underestimate the Dodgers, man. They're a good team, man. You cannot rule out the Dodgers at all. And then, of course, what happened was former Astro, nonetheless, Mark Loretta beat them with a walk-off hit. So, way to go, Astros, for letting go Mark Loretta. So, yeah, that was really smart. But, I mean, the Dodgers, good team. They're going to win that series. I believe they're still going to the World Series. As far as the Phillies and Rockies go, that's a great series. Tied up at 1 right now. They play tonight, Game 3 in Colorado. Snow is in the forecast, though. Pedro's pitching. So, if he pitches, will he help them out? Maybe, maybe not. And, you know, if he gets postponed and pushed back, guess what? Cliff Lee could pitch Game 3 or Game 4, which could help out the Phillies seal that deal. And they could face the Dodgers for back-to-back years in the National League Championship Series. The first time we've seen that happen since the Astros and Cardinals did it in 04-05. So, something to keep an eye on there. And if, you know, the Phillies should be, you know, okay, because they won't be facing the Cardinals, and they won't have to worry about the Brad Lidge situation of who they're going to have closing, and then, you know, have Brad Lidge give up the bomb to Albert Pujols to, you know, ruin his confidence even more. I know it's funny, though. Oh, there goes the ball again. It's just circling the orbit. That's all it's doing. All right, now moving on to football, man. The Cowboys lost to the Denver Broncos last week. I know, Cowboys fans, let me hear it. You can boo me all you want, man. I'm just speaking the truth. Your team is not that good. All right, they lost to the Broncos. Broncos are for real. I'll give them that. I'll get to more on that here in a second. But the Cowboys lost, man. You had that game won. You had 1st and goal to tie the game up with 27 seconds left, and you couldn't get it done. You were like on the 2-yard line, 3-yard line, and you couldn't get it done. That says a lot about your team and about your quarterback right there. Romo, you got roughed up. I'm sorry, man, but you know what? You're not the greatest quarterback in the world. Maybe you should have stayed with Jessica Simpson because you were playing out of your mind when you were dating her. So that's what you get, Cowboys fans, for saying break up with Jessica. As soon as he does that, guess what? He's having a terrible year. So who would have thunk it? Eli Manning went down with a foot injury. And is he going to play this week? They're saying he is. He's questionable. I hope he does. He's my backup quarterback for my fantasy league. I need him to play this week. But if not, is that going to hurt the Giants? Not really. They're playing Oakland. David Carr could step in, but we know what David Carr can do. He's played with the Texans all those years, but the only difference is he'll have a line to protect them. So Giants are still one of the best teams in the NFC. Titans started the season 0-4. That's right. Started the season off 0-4. Unbelievable. I mean, who would have saw that coming? I mean, I didn't see them starting off great like they did last year, winning 13 games, but this year starting off 0-4, and now this week they're taking on the Colts. Looks like the Titans are about to go to 0-5, and Vince Young is going to be playing sooner than later. I don't care what Jeff Fisher says. He's not going to leave Collins in for very long. Bud Adams will step in and force Fisher to put in Vince Young. And then, of course, last week I picked the Packers to beat the Vikings. Didn't really happen. Brett Favre did his thing, facing his old team in the Packers, and he just pretty much dominated them, man. Just wrecked shop on them. Packers were like, we want you to beat us. That was the biggest mistake they ever made, man, because Brett Favre did it, man. He had some extra motivation. But can he do it in Week 8, though? Because in Week 8, he goes to Lambeau Field, and that's going to be the biggest test right there. Can you go back into your old home and beat the Packers? I don't think it's going to happen. But that's Week 8. That's a couple more weeks away, so that's neither here nor there. And also the biggest game today in college football, LSU taking on Florida. I got Florida in this game. Tim Tebow was cleared to play. Now, if he's not medically cleared to play, he's not going to play. But regardless, I think Florida still takes down LSU, man. It's going to be a great game. I still got Texas versus Florida in the national championship game. Of course, screw, you're looking for LSU to win this game so you can keep your prediction right, of course. So, all right, NFL picks last week went 2-2 against Sitzman. This brings my record now to 8-7. I got to say, I'm above 500. I'm doing all right. But I got Houston at Arizona this week. Andre Johnson versus Larry Fitzgerald. Everybody's comparing. Who would you take? I would take Andre Johnson. They're both. I mean, you really can't go wrong with either one. And I'm not taking Andre just because he's a Texan. I think he's just like a hair bit better than Larry Fitzgerald. But that's just me. I'm taking Houston in this game, obviously. I mean, come on now, man. I'm even representing the hat, man. I got the jerseys in the background. I got Houston beating Arizona. Bengals taking on Baltimore. They got to go into Baltimore. This is a division matchup of the AFC North. I almost forgot there. I got the Ravens winning this game. Bengals are for real. They're really good, but I got the Ravens winning this game. And then a really great game going on this week also is Atlanta taking on San Francisco. That's going to be a really good game. Matt Ryan, Atlanta, I love them. I love what they're doing. I love San Francisco too, man. I've never jumped off that bandwagon. Still been a fan of theirs. I was just kind of in the back of the bandwagon, I guess, focusing more on the Texans. But Mike Singletary got him back to respect and prominence. So I'm taking San Francisco over the Falcons. And then, of course, we got New England at Denver. We got Josh McDaniels taking on Bill Belichick. Two former coaches. McDaniels used to be the coach with Belichick in New England. So who's going to win this game? Everybody's thinking, Patriots are going to take it down. Tom Brady's going to do his thing. I believe that's still going to happen. But that's right. I'm taking Denver over the Patriots. I think that Denver goes to 5-0. I'm not completely sold on what they're selling right now, but I'm starting to believe that they're doing something right, man. They're playing out of their minds right now. The defense, who would have thought their defense is playing really well too? So I got Denver over the Patriots. All right, it's been a while. We haven't done it, so it's time for quick hits. I hope you didn't forget. Show the logo. All right, get rid of it. Okay, so quickly, Michael Crabtree finally signs with the San Francisco 49ers. It took him long enough. Now, I'm wondering, is it because that they are 3-1 right now? I'm thinking so. Braylon Edwards traded to the Jets after getting into a fight with one of LeBron James' friends. Everybody's screaming LeBron James forced the Browns to trade him. Hello, people. LeBron James does not play football. He plays basketball. Okay? He has no ill will effects on what the Cleveland Browns do, so get rid of that nonsense. And then also Donovan McNabb coming back for the Eagles this week. He's going to help them win, and he's still going to be the starting quarterback, and he's taking the Eagles to the Super Bowl. I said it. That's right. All right, and now quickly also fantasy football news. I got to bring it up. Michael Sitzman predicted he would beat me last week, and he did. If you couldn't tell at the beginning of the show, I was not very happy about it, but Sitzman, congratulations, man. You got your first win of this year. You're still down at the bottom, though, but hey, man, I hope you do work your way back up. I truly do, because that way, if I can face you in the playoffs, I can take you down, because I think you got lucky. That's what I think. That's right. I said you got lucky. But, no, congratulations to Michael, man. You did a great job on the show last week, man. I appreciate it. But and I'm taking on ATX Bombers this week, so hopefully I beat him. Actually, I will beat him, and I'm going to be in a two-way tie for first place, baby, so bring it on. All right, well, that's it for the show. Hope you like the shirt, man, representing the Transformers, my favorite cartoon as a kid. Great movie. Don't hate on the shirt. Don't be jealous just because you don't have one. Also, last week, forgot to mention, or actually we edited it out, Laporte beat Deer Park. That's right, baby. Go Laporte. Go Bulldogs. All right, hope everybody has a great time. Great show this week. Hope everybody has a good one. We'll see you next week. Might try to get a couple of guests on the show, so stay tuned for that. Everybody have a great one, and we'll see you